If you make French beaded flowers and always wanted to turn your flowers into accessories, have you wondered how you get from this to this? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a French beaded poinsettia brooch without the bulk. This is going to blow your minds. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, my name is Fen Li, author, bead instructor, and designer here at the Bead Flora Studio. Chances are if you make French beaded flowers, you want more than just stems to display. The ideas are rolling in your head that you want them to be hair clips, jewelry, and brooches, but you're stuck on what to do with the wires and still attach them to findings. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this poinsettia brooch using a method of one-wire construction, along with a variation of the technique I developed called the continuous split basic, except there won't be a split, so it's just continuous basic. For this brooch, instead of making the brooch pin an afterthought, we're going to attach it on first. Let's go. Now to get started, we'll need 90 inches of 24 gauge red copper core wire. Make sure to tie a knot at one end. Now string about 40 inches of beads onto your wire. I have my 40 inches of red beads strung on the wire here, and now we are ready to string on the center. For the center, we'll be using green, red, and yellow, and the pattern calls for 5 12 bead continuous loops in this pattern. 3 green, 1 yellow, 4 red, 1 yellow, and 3 green, and we need to string that on to the wire 5 times. So now I have the center pattern strung onto the wire also, and did I really need all these beads to make just this? No, but it looks nice, doesn't it? First, let's talk about the brooch pin. The one that I'll be using for the demo has 2 holes here today, but the other brooch pins I use 3 holes. So just use what you have. They'll both work. So undo the brooch pin here. Now take your wire and insert that into the hole. Now take your measuring tape or ruler and measure out 23 inches for the top wire here. Okay, so that's 23 inches right there. Just going to make a little dent here so that I can know where it is. Now take the working wire and wrap it around the brooch pin several times, about 3, and then position the wire right in the middle here. And then close it so you don't hurt yourself as you're making this. Because you know what? I would totally hurt myself. Okay. So now, let's take the wire, all 23 inches of that, and just coil it up and get it out of the way. Just like this, and it's out of your way. I'm just going to mark the spot here with my finger. You just want to leave just a small amount of space, maybe about 1/4 inch. Just hold on to it. And then make our loops with the pattern. And make your loop. Make all 5 loops here. So now we have all 5 loops done. Let's just kind of close it on each other. Squish it right in the center. Just wrap it around the base of the loop. Make sure to position it right in the center. Just wrap it around. Now we're going to work on the next set of petals, the 4 inner petals, and they call for 3 bead continuous basics, pointed top, pointed bottom with 5 rows, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So now let's undo the basic wire here, the top basic wire. We're going to string some beads on here. Now when I write my patterns, I have you do it one at a time, but I'm just going to string a whole bunch on here. More or less, it's not going to matter at this point. Move 3 beads down to the wire and then just coil this back up. And then we'll just move the beads down as we need it. So now let's twist the top basic wire and the working wire together about 1/4 inch. Now we're going to make our first petal here. Pointed top, pointed bottom. And as you're making it, just maneuver your whole unit here just to, get out of the way so you have room to wrap. And make sure to hold on to your petals tightly as you are wrapping, because of the tight spaces, it's easy to kind of get it where the rows are not tight. So you definitely want to keep them tight. Just hold on to it as you're wrapping. You should do that with, all of your petals, but more so with this. So let's unwind this a little bit here. Bend it down along the back of the petal, or actually it's not a petal, it's called a bract. I can't pronounce it right. Bract. B-R-A-C-T. I have problems pronouncing that. There we go. Now let's get some beads down. Now we are ready to make the second bract. Just call it a petal because I can say that, okay? But for poinsettias, they're called bracts. Is there a word that's hard for you to say? There are quite a few words that I have a problem saying. Let me know in the comments if you have such a word. Okay, so obviously bract is a word that I have a problem saying. I have a problem saying the word wolf. It sounds like I'm just barking, wolf. And I have a problem saying roof. Like you going on the roof of your house. So those are my words. Those are my problem words. Okay, so I uncoiled this. I'm just going to take the working wire, bend it back along the back, and wrapping it around. And now let's twist these 2 again together, about 1/4 inch, and move 3 beads down. And recoil the rest. So what we're going to do here is just to take these 4 units and just wrap it around the center here. Just take the working wire and just wrap it around. Just gonna shake these a little bit just to get out. You know what? Let's just get out of the way. All right. So now, you've guessed it, we're going to wrap the working wire with the top basic wire to create a new twisted wire. And let's twist about 1/2 inch here. And we're just going to eyeball it. Maybe a little bit less than 1/2 inch. A little bit more, a little bit less, it's not going to hurt. Okay, so we're going to do the outer petals or bracts, and the pattern calls for 6 3-bead continuous basics, pointed top, pointed bottom, 7 rows. Okay, so let's move the 3 beads down, coil up the rest, and make our units here. So now we're going to make our units right here with the 7 rows, and make sure not to rush it. So if this gets in the way, just move it a little bit. You want to make sure to have that nice pointed bottom, but because this is in the way, just don't rush it. Hold on to it tightly. Put it over your finger, put your thumb over it. Turn it counterclockwise, make sure it stays on your finger, okay? And then this is the tight spot here because this is the brooches in the way, so just move it, just don't rush it. Okay, make sure it has a nice pointed bottom. Because you know what? If it's rushed, it's going to look a little bit like this. All right, this is good. So let's keep going. So now I have all 6 of the petals done, and there's quite a bit of extra beads on here. We didn't really need 40 inches of beads, but better safe than sorry, right? So now take all of the petals and just wrap it around the base of the inner petals here, or inner bracts. You know what I mean. Just wrap it around several times. And then take the other wire and do the same thing. Just wrap it around. So cut the excess wires here. And then tuck them in it with your pliers. Okay, so let's just fix everything up here. Shape your petals. So while my hot glue gun is heating up, I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish the back of the brooches. So I basically took some artificial flowers and just took the petals and cut them into little circles. So just use whatever you have. You can use felt or fabric, but I'm just using this flower that I have no use for. So let's set it aside for some other projects. Okay, so let's turn it to the back and grab my hot glue gun. So now we're going to undo the back again. And I'm just going to put some hot glue right in the middle here. And put your little circle right in the middle. This may be a little bit too big. I cut this for the other ones. I just eyeballed them too, so. And I have these cool fabric labels made for when I sold accessories, and I still have a whole bunch. So I'm just going to take this and glue it on here. So if you want to sell your brooches, this just gives it a really nice professional look. And all you do is glue it on. Now you can close it up and just kind of get rid of the glue strands. Because no one likes glue strands. With the other brooches, I decided to put the fabric label right on top of the brooch pin. And this one I put on the bottom of the pin instead of having it go across like this one. This one I did it like this because I wasn't thinking. Or because it was smaller. I guess I could have put it across. But anyways, I decided I like it right on top or on the bottom. It just looks a lot nicer. In last week's video, I showed you how to pack and send French beaded flowers in the mail. And one of the tips I mentioned was that you should tell your recipient on how to take care of your flowers to give care instructions. And Rachel made a comment and asked, what do you mean care instructions? What does that look like? So today I'm going to show you what I did. This is a care instruction card that I had made up. It is business size. I had it made at one of those online business card places. And it just basically has the care instructions on what to do once your petals become misshapen. And I sold mostly accessories like hair clips and stuff like that. But these care instructions will work for just regular stemmed flowers too. And I also had hair clip tips on here on how to better put their hair clip in their hair. And the front, I just had like a basic about me kind of thing where they can find me, my website, my social media. I even had Twitter on here. I don't use Twitter anymore. This is before Instagram, so that's how old this is. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of these cards made and I still have a lot of them. And what I also like to do is I like to kind of put like holes in here, just right over here, and then I can also use this as like an earring card or just put my accessories on here. I think I can even maybe put some holes in here and just kind of attach it on here. So it serves as a jewelry card, accessories card, and you'll also have care instructions on here. If you are familiar with my continuous split basic technique, then you can whip up these brooches for gifts in about an hour. If you'd like to buy the PDF, I will put the link in the description below. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Also, sign up for my newsletter to be part of my inner circle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!